Hi everybody, I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and today we're going to talk cloth diapers. Now, before you try to call me in to be the next person on Extreme Hoarders or something, this is my full collection of Fluff, every cloth diaper that we have used for our daughter, who is now almost done with her potty training. So I actually have pulled every diaper out. I've inspected it, I've been checking it, I've been laying it out and categorizing and counting, and we are going to get ready to sell our stash. And that's one side benefit of having cloth, is they actually will retain some value. So this will probably be my last content on cloth diapers because my youngest child is getting bigger now. But what I wanted to do is just go through and show you the different materials, the different types of diapers. I've got an ebook on cloth diapers. As far as if cloth or disposables would be better for your family, you're welcome to check it out on Amazon. There's the link below. And I also have, of course, a ton of different articles about these are the different kinds of cloth diapers and etc. But I wanted to do it in video form before these are all gone and we say goodbye. So first of all, cloth diapers, of course, have a lot of advantages. They are adorable, of course. They're helping to save the environment, and also they will end up saving you money over time. Instead of you spending upwards of 20 or 30 bucks a month on newborn diapers and disposables every month. The problem with cloth diapers is, of course, you have to build your stash up front. But once you have a stash, you don't have to keep buying them unless your kid grows really fast or something like that happens. But again, they retain value. So when we're talking about cloth diapers, there are really three main kinds. And I've broken these down in an article on realsimplemama.com that's just types of cloth diapers. And again, that's in text form, and there's of course tons of photos, but if you'd like to have it in video form, here we go. It's how much effort and convenience and efficiency is built into the diaper already for you, as opposed to more work that you have to do. And here's what I mean. We'll start with the most expensive kind because that's what everybody does, right? And they are called all-in-ones or AIOs. And essentially that means that the outer waterproof cover, which is the cute part, right? That's the design or the color, the waterproof lining, and the soft inner part is sewn together. It's all in one. So this basically is just as convenient as a disposable in that you just pick it up, snap it on your kid, and you're good to go. The problem with these is they will normally run you, if you want to get a reputable, well-known brand, like these are Thirsties. I have a lot of Thirsties stuff. They're just a really good brand, but they're going to run you 20 or 25 bucks each. Now, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, like $20 for a diaper. But if you think about it, especially if they're adjustable with all the different snaps, that diaper will be worn how many times? At least once a week for months and months and months. So then you start to kind of think, oh, well, okay, yeah, I could kind of see that. So an all-in-one, again, it has an absorbent material inside. And this is called the insert. The insert is essentially what's going to absorb everything and take the hit, if you will. So that's an all-in-one. You'll see that these have, I buy usually all snaps. And if you've got vertical rows across here of snaps down lower, like on the crotch, that means you can adjust the height size-wise. So I just made this diaper shorter and smaller by snapping it down. And then these double rows of buttons are what goes around for the waist. So that's another benefit, is they're not just going to fit your kid for a month or two and then your child gains a pound and they don't fit anymore. They are much more versatile than disposables as far as how long they're going to fit your child. So that's all-in-ones. The next level that's going to be a little bit cheaper and a little bit more work, they're called pocket diapers. And a pocket diaper is basically a disassembled all-in-one. So I'll pick one of my favorite designs because they're so pretty. And again, they're going to come with the snaps, or the other option on all of these diapers is they're either going to come with snaps or they're going to come with the other option that I've got for you here that's hook and loop. Hook and loop means Velcro. I think they're just not allowed to call it Velcro. In my experience, if it's exactly, imagine this is exactly the same diaper, except this one's got snaps for the waist, right, to come around, and this one's got the hook and loop, because I can't say the other word. These will run you a buck or two less. They're a little bit cheaper, but the problem is, again, if it's cheaper, that means it's going to be less convenient for you. The problem is that you can see how this one's gotten all fuzzy and worn. That's going to happen with them being washed over time. It doesn't affect the functionality. It's just, something with old hook and loop material. The other thing is when you go to wash them, like if you take it off of your kid, this is a dirty diaper, and now I'm going to put it in the wet bag to be washed, you've got to stick it back on here. Because if you leave it just open, like any of these other diapers, you leave it unsnapped or unhooked and looped, and you throw it in the wet bag, the Velcro that's not Velcro, because I can't say Velcro, but you know what I mean. The Velcro is going to catch onto any other random diaper that's in the laundry, and it will start to fray it. So again, it may be $1 or $2 cheaper for the hook and loop, but I don't like hook and loop. I only use snaps. Snaps will last you way longer. I think out of all of these diapers, I've got one, and I know it's this one, that has started to rip just a little bit. So I don't know if you can see right there, the waterproof seal where you can see the where it goes. So in other words, if my daughter was to pee and it get up there, that would no longer, of course, it wouldn't be waterproof, right? Like you can't hold it over that. But barring that instance, I think, like I said, that's the only diaper that I've had rip. So you can see pretty much all of my other stuff is all snaps. Okay, going back to pocket diapers. So a pocket diaper is the waterproof cover on the outside. So if they pee and this diaper is not damaged or has a tear in it or anything, that will hold it in so nothing gets wet. It has the fabric on the inside that's going to be absorbent, but it's open. Now I've already stuffed this one, so you can see there's the insert. So instead of it being automatically sewn in and done for you like the all-in-one, you have one extra step, and the step is you're going to have an insert. And there's all different fabrics. I'll show you in a second. But every time you wash them, now you can leave them like this when they come off your kid. Throw it in the washer. Going through all of the agitating and all of the washing that you've got to do for your wash cycle, I have a wash suggestion article on realsimplemama.com as well, so you can help build your wash routine and you know what temperature and what cycles and what detergent and all that stuff. But when they're clean and they're dry, you've got to stuff them, and that means trying to do it with one hand. Imagine I'm holding an insert. You hold it open with one hand, have to shove it in with the other hand, and then just straighten it out. It's very easy to do. It's quick, but again, it's just a little less convenient, right? Because now you have to do a bit more work. I know people who, it's more efficient usually for you to just sit and stuff all of them once the laundry's done, instead of doing it like, okay, every time my kid needs a change, I'm going to stuff one diaper. You can make, your partner sit and stuff them while they're watching TV. You can just do it real quick. Again, it doesn't take long, but it is just a little bit more work. Before I go on to the cheapest version, I wanted to show you that inserts, there are different kinds, there's different styles. Every pocket diaper you buy will come with at least one insert. And if you buy a whole package of them, like on Amazon from like a random brand, which those usually work just as well. It doesn't have to be a name brand. But oftentimes they'll send you extra inserts. You can put 2 inserts in one of these guys for your child overnight. They can go a longer stretch, when they're peeing at night. Or if your kid's just a heavy wetter, you can have 2 inserts. But you'll see the main difference between these two. They're the same fabric, but you'll see this is a stock length. This one is going to be extra long for those really big diapers. Or, as you can see, it says small, medium, and large. So depending on, remember the adjustability here? See, I can make that diaper bigger. Then I wouldn't need, if it's all the way expanded, I would leave it just like that. So you can see, look how much growth is possible there. That's folded down. That's not. So, that's a good 3 or 4 inches right there. So these are long ones. That is wool right there. Wool is not as absorbent, but it will last you for a long time. I honestly did not use these. Those were given by a friend and I just left them. Then you have some other, these are cloth wipes that you can use, or just an extra pad you could put in there just really quick. These are more cotton. Cotton is, not the softest fabric in the world, but absorbency is fine. Durability is fine. Longevity is fine. They're just, they're just your default go-to. Everything's going to be fine. This is bamboo, and bamboo is one of the greener materials, of course. I think they feel kind of weird, and they will, these and microfiber, which are the other options, they start to, in my opinion, they behave a little bit differently once they've been soiled, once they've been peed in. Either it makes the microfiber, it starts to make it really uncomfortable for your kid. You need to change them a bit faster so they don't get a rash. Bamboo, to me, it just starts to smell strange. Now, of course, if you're tucking these into a pocket diaper, this isn't really touching your child, right? It's inside the pocket. So for me to grab another example, see how this one is fully expanded? This one's as big as it can go. And I can bring it all the way down. That's as small as it goes. That's as big as it goes. But getting back into this, if the pocket goes in if the insert, there's one, goes in the pocket, that material is not really touching your child, right? Now you could be lazy and just lay an insert like that. That works too. So depending on what fabric comes with your child, just do a little bit more research. There's a website called Fluff Love. They have a Facebook group that's excellent. Their website is excellent. I learned a lot about different detergents from them. They can give you more information. You can find local Facebook groups. You can call your local cloth shop and just ask them about the different fabrics. But if you're not sure, cotton is always great. Cotton's what we used with our child. Or, if you want to try the other fabrics, just know, they may need a little bit more love, or they may need to be maintained a little bit more, higher quality. Now, the cheapest version of diapers is the pre-fold with a waterproof cover. This is basically a completely disassembled diaper, right? We've got for me to pull one at random, this is the Thirsties waterproof cover. These are between $10 and $15, and of course they're in all different colors, all different patterns, but this is all this is. It's just the waterproof, like the plastic material on the outside. Theoretically, none of this is going to touch your kid, but you also can't put your kid just in one of these. That would not work so well. Okay, and then you've got a pre-fold that is all just cotton. Now, I'm not going to get into the different ways you can fold the pre-folds around your child. This is kind of like what your grandma would have done with cloth diapers, right? And they've got like the safety pins on the side, like old school. These pre-folds are called pre-folds because if you can see, let me grab one. I'm going to take these with me. They've got a line here so that they can be folded into thirds. Okay, just like that. And then there's a whole bunch of different ways you can fold them around your kid, depending on, if they're a heavy wetter, or if they're a girl, they're going to tend to pee more in the middle of a diaper. If they're a boy, they're facing that way, they're going to tend to pee more in the front zone. So there's all different ways to customize. You can also use just a pre-fold, and this thing's called a snappy. It's got little hooks in it, and so you use tension and that will hold it on your kid instead of trying to use an open safety pin on your squirming child. That just freaks me out to even think about. So pre-folds, they will normally be sold, if you're buying them new, you can buy them by the dozen. This brand is Sweet Pea. There's a whole bunch of other brands that work well. Again, you can look at the material, but the job and the purpose is basically the same. This is a newborn size. This is a size up from newborn. These will last you for a long, long time. And you'll see these are old. They were used for years by a friend, and then they were used by my daughter. They'll start to fray and they'll start to fall apart, but they also get really super soft. And then essentially what you do is that touches your child, and you could put your kid just in that, but that's just a piece of cotton. So as soon as they wet heavily, or they poop, or they have, a blowout or whatever, there's nothing to protect your couch or their pants or whatever. So I always used a waterproof cover. Now what's nice with this, even though it requires a bit more work and you've got to assemble it, each time you change a diaper, if you're using the pre-folds and the covers, you've got to fold it and build the diaper each time. It doesn't really take that long, but it does take a little bit of practice. But then if they've only peed a little bit and you go to change them, this has to be thrown into the wet bag in your laundry bag, that you're going to dump into the washer. But this may not. Your waterproof cover may be able to be used again. So that's something to keep in mind. So there's the basic 3 different kinds of cloth diapers for me to show you. A couple of other things to think about. When you are building your stash, let's say you are maybe thinking about switching to cloth diapers, or your baby's not here yet and you're not sure, you need to figure out how many diapers you need. And basically, the more diapers you can get, the less often you have to do laundry. If you've got a newborn, they're going to go through 10 to 13 diapers a day. So if you only buy 10 to 13 diapers, guess what? You need to do laundry every single night. So the more you can build up your stash, you can buy them used. You can find them on Facebook groups. That's where I'm going to drop this, is on Facebook, and see if there's somebody local who wants to buy them all together. You could go to your local cloth shops. I know we have Go Baby Go down in San Antonio, and they will sell you used cloth diapers. If I don't get anybody to buy them on Facebook, that's where I'm heading with my stash. And you can go buy used ones. It can benefit you quite a bit to find somebody locally, even if they're selling used ones, just to hold you off for a couple months so that you can test out, hey, do I want to do this? Some people, like for me, the cost savings of doing cloth and just knowing that I was helping the environment and seeing all these cute patterns, that to me was like, okay, I'm sold. I'll do it. It's no big deal. Other people, like maybe if you are a working parent, if your kid goes to daycare, if your grandparent, if your mom is taking care of your kid during the day, maybe this isn't going to be sustainable long term. So just for you to check it out, maybe get some used ones. But again, the more diapers you can get, the less often you need to do laundry. Like I said, again, definitely look into a wash routine so you have an idea of what your water quality is like where you are. Get a free water test from Home Depot. You can walk in and ask for one for free. Do you need to add anything to your water? Do you need to add something that is a water softener or anything like that into your laundry? You're going to need a few accessories. A wet bag is essentially just that. Just like what you would use for wet swim clothes, or maybe you take one camping. But it's a bag that's got that same waterproof lining. There are little bags or there are big bags. You're going to want to hang one up on your changing table and then just throw them in, zip it up, and then you will put this bag in the laundry with your diapers. A few other tips really quick. If you can dry your diapers outside as much as possible, not only will the sun get rid of any stains. Notice you haven't seen any stains on any of my stuff. There are none. You don't want to use harsh chemicals on the cloth diapers because it will either give your child a rash from the acidity of the chemicals, or it will, depending on what you use, other sudsy type stuff will put a residue on the cloth diapers. It's almost going to be like a wax, and your diapers won't absorb anymore because there's that layer of residue. So check out your wash routine for sure. But I was going to say specifically, try to dry them out in the sun if you can. All of these kinds of diapers, you'll just hang inside out like that. So this can get sun exposure. And all of these guys, this waterproof lining, I left this one here to show you because this one is starting. See how it looks kind of weird right there? The waterproof lining is ripping. Now this diaper is almost 2 years old, so it's super old. But guess what? Any pee or anything that gets through that is not going to be waterproof. It'll soak right through. So your diapers will last much longer if you can dry them out in the sun. Now it'll make like your pre-folds, if they dry out in the sun, it'll make them kind of stiff. So just go throw them like no heat. Go throw them in the dryer real quick with one of those like reusable dryer balls just to agitate it, and that'll soften them back up. But you don't want to put them in the dryer if at all possible. Let them air dry. Even if you have to let them air dry in your house. Hang them up in your laundry room or something. That'll be better than nothing. There are swim diapers that are cloth. Of course, these are designed to go in the water, so any pee is going to go right through them. You don't want to put your kid in one of these and then put them in the car seat, because if they pee while you're driving, now you have a car seat that smells like pee. But they will hold poop in them, and then just like everything else, rinse it out if you need to, throw it in the laundry. Another couple things real quick. Newborn poop. Whether they are breastfed or they are formula fed or both. Newborn poop, you don't have to spray it, you don't have to clean it, you don't have to do anything. Like, yes, literally a poopy cloth diaper, put it in the bag, it can go in the wash. It is going to get completely clean, it will be completely sanitary, it will be fine. Once your kids start solids, their poop is going to be more solid, and it is going to stink, and it is going to be the bane of your existence. But I have solutions for that too. Look up diaper sprayer on realsimplemama.com. I have a video here as well, here on YouTube, to show you specifically our routine. It doesn't take that long, but again, it's just another little extra step that you got to get used to. But that won't hit you for at least 3 or 4 months whenever you decide to start solids with your kid. You can definitely still cloth diaper. I did. My daughter's over 2.5, and I've been dealing with it just fine. So hopefully this has given you some information, some insight, some stuff for you to see and look at as far as, could cloth maybe be right for me? Maybe you want to do both and do cloth when you're home, and then, on the weekends or when you guys leave the house, you do disposables. There's all different ways that you can customize it and make it work for you. I have been so incredibly happy doing cloth diapers. I didn't do it with my first kid. He was a daycare kid. I was working full time. I was an overwhelmed new working mother, and I just felt like this was over my threshold. I couldn't handle it. But now that I am staying home with my daughter, I'm so very, very glad that we did cloth. I'm probably going to cry when I sell these because I'm a dork. But they have meant so much to our family to see all of these cute ones. I pulled out like her little newborn ones and was just like, oh, they're so sweet. So they have really meant a lot to me. They've saved our family hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They've helped the environment. They've been softer on my child than just paper. There have been just so many wonderful things. My daughter has never, ever, ever had a diaper rash in her entire life, where my son got him on the regular wearing disposables. My daughter has no allergies, no sensitive skin, no problems like that at all. It's been wonderful. We have never had any blowout accidents or any leaking problems, except just for user error, like we put the diaper on wrong. But if the diapers fit properly and they're cleaned properly, We have had no blowouts, no leaks, no problems like that. So, I mean, they are just absolutely wonderful. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you've got questions, comments, suggestions, any further clarification that I can do for you, you are welcome to email me. You are welcome to comment here. I always respond to YouTube comments within 24 hours. But I hope that this has maybe helped inspire you to try cloth diapering. I absolutely adore it. And I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and I will be back soon.